Hey, welcome back to Buck Reviews. And yes, I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, but I have gotten new recording equipment, new lights, new stands, you know. I just needed time to set up everything. But I got a good video for you today. Today, we are going to be reviewing some dinosaurs I bought off eBay. Alright, so the first one we have here is the Grim Baryonyx action figure from Camp Cretaceous. This is a very good looking action figure. Well, let me just zoom out a bit. It honestly looks just like Grim in Camp Cretaceous. Now, it does not have any batteries, so real quick, let me just put some batteries in. Alright, now let's see if the sounds are working. Sounds a lot like a T-Rex, but you want to know what it doesn't sound like? A Baryonyx. I mean, if you've seen Camp Cretaceous or Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you should know what a Baryonyx sounds like in the franchise. And this sounds like a T-Rex, not a Baryonyx. Alright, but let's check out the articulation. So you can turn both legs all the way around. There's not really any articulation in the tail because it's tied to an action feature. But you do have some articulation in the jaw. You can open and close, but no articulation in the neck because it's tied to an action feature. And the arms can move out and swivel. And so can the other one. And as for paint, no finger paint. Of course, it's Mattel. Well, has a very nice paint on the toe claws. It's very shiny and glossy. And has green on the back and the back of the head. Has really nice red around the eyes, and if you look close at the eyes, it's yellow with a black dot for the pupil. And same thing on the other side. And the underbelly is like a dark beige color. So, yeah, this is a very good Baryonyx toy. Now, let's measure him. Alright, so to the tip of his snout, to the tip of his tail, he is about 13 and, hold on, yeah, he's about 13 and a quarter inches. Now, as for the height, in this neutral pose that I got him standing in, he is just shy of 5 inches. So, for my final thoughts on this Baryonyx, I would say 7 out of 10. Because, I would really like it if the dew claw was painted, the finger claws were painted, and yeah, I just kind of wish it had a little more articulation. I kind of wish it was more like the Fallen Kingdom Baryonyx, which is a review on that will be coming out pretty soon, actually. So, let's move on to the next dinosaur, shall we? Because I got a good amount. Alright, let me just dig through the box here. I did get a generic dinosaur in this box, but yeah, I don't really review generic dinosaurs. I just do Jurassic brand dinosaurs, so you're gonna need to look for someone else's videos on that action figure. Don't click off the channel, please. Alright, but the next Jurassic action figure is the Jurassic World Dominion Triceratops. Now let's see if the sounds are working on this one. No, they are not, so I gotta replace the batteries. Just give me a minute. Alright, let's see if the sounds work now. Alright, so they definitely work. Alright, now let's take a look at the action feature. You know, your classic Mattel Triceratops. Yeah, your classic Mattel Triceratops. Oh yeah, speaking of action feature, I forgot to do the action feature for the Grim Baryonyx action figure. So you know, it roars, it can look up, look down, and it can swing left and right. Alright, so now let's get back to the Jurassic World Dominion Triceratops. So, yeah, it's basically your standard Mattel Triceratops. Only when you want it to make sound, you don't press the button on its back, you press down. And it definitely has a very, very nice paint scheme. I mean, it has the red on the frill, has green and like a bluish green, and the dark green on the top. Now, it doesn't have any claw paint, but it's kind of standard for Mattel. And you know, there's a little bit of articulation in the tail. Now, I would show you the Facts app, you know, but yeah, I'm kind of recording on my phone, so I can't really do that. So, yeah, for articulation, you can move a little bit forward, a little bit back. Now you can move out just a little bit, and same thing for the other leg. And the back legs, you can only rotate. Can't do a full 360 because it's a little chunky on the side. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this guy because, you know, just your standard Mattel Triceratops, and I've had a few other Triceratopses, like Camp Cretaceous Triceratops, Fallen Kingdom Triceratops, which is reviews on those Triceratopses will be coming out soon. So, yeah, my final thoughts on this action figure. Yeah, it's a standard Mattel Triceratops, and standard Mattel, I meant to say standard Mattel Triceratopses are like an 8.5. So, yeah. So this guy is a 8.5. And there's honestly only one problem with it. It's the lack of claw paint. It's just, you know, if it had a little bit of claw paint, you know, it wouldn't be a 10 out of 10 because, you know, the best Triceratops is a certain Hammond Collection Triceratops. And yes, I'm willing to fight anyone who says otherwise. Is the Hammond Collection Triceratops the greatest Hammond Collection action figure? No. But is it the best Triceratops we've gotten from Mattel? Yes, definitely. And a review on that action figure will be coming out soon, so yeah, I forgot to say if you should buy the Baryonyx. If you want a good Baryonyx for a decent price, get this guy. Now, as for the Triceratops, if you want a Mattel Triceratops, get this guy. Or any of the other Triceratopses. It just depends which one you like the most, because they come in different colors. Now, sculpt-wise, they're all the same, but, you know, you might find one that you like the color scheme on more than the others. So, anyway, let's move on to the next dinosaur. And here we have the Jurassic World Dominion Sinoceratops. And does it need batteries? Yes, it does. Give me a minute. Alright, now let's see if the sounds work. Oh yeah, they definitely work. Alright, so besides the Hammond Collection Sinoceratops, this definitely has to be my favorite Sinoceratops that we've gotten so far. Which is, altogether, we've only gotten 4 Mattel Sinoceratopses. 2 Camp Cretaceous ones, this Dominion one, and the Hammond Collection one. And by the way, yes, the Hammond Collection Sinoceratops review will be coming out soon. Got a lot of reviews coming out soon. So, yeah, as for paint, has some yellow on the frill. Got a dark black or brown for the horns. And it has a very dark black pupil. Doesn't have any claw paint, but it has a lot of green here and here, and this part of its back is yellow and the tail is yellow. So yeah, it has very nice colors. And as for articulation, you can move this leg forward and back a little bit. It can go outwards a little bit. Now the back legs, they can go back and forward that much. And the head is tied to an action feature, which is, here it is. And there is a little bit of articulation in the tail. And the head can be turned side to side that much. Now, for my final thoughts on this figure, it is the second best Mattel Sinoceratops. So this guy is like a 9. Very good Sinoceratops. Oh yeah, and I forgot to measure the Jurassic World Dominion Triceratops. So let's just see how big he is. He is exactly 12 feet. So he's 1 foot. And he is exactly 4.5 inches tall. Now let's measure out the Jurassic World Dominion Triceratops. And he is 13 inches long, and he is exactly 5 inches tall. So, should you get this guy? Absolutely. If you can't get your hands on the Hammond Collection Sinoceratops, this is your next best bet. Yeah, this is a very good Sinoceratops. I definitely like the colors, and has a pretty good size to it. Now, there is a little bit of a lack of paint, these 2 horn things right here, and the claws, but it is a very good Sinoceratops. Now, for the last dinosaur in the lot. This guy, I don't know what his name is. He's honestly a very forgettable dinosaur. But I do know he's from the Jurassic World Dominion Battle Damage series, or Extreme Damage. Yeah, I think that was it. So, I don't know. I can't remember what this guy's name is. I think it's a Coelurosaurus or something like that. But, thank God I don't have to change the batteries, because that You guys don't get to see it, but it takes like 10 minutes to replace each dinosaur's batteries because they're so hard to take out the old batteries. Alright, so for articulation, have a hinge at the jaw, have a hinge at the neck so you can go down and up and swivel side to side. And the arms pull out and rotate. And the legs go forward and backwards. Can he do a 360? Yes, he can. And so can the other legs. Now, the tail just turns around like that, pretty much. And for the action feature, he has extreme damage. Not sure if you can see that, but he has extreme damage. Now, I already have this guy, so I'm probably just going to sell this on Facebook Marketplace for probably $10. But it is a pretty good action figure, but just really forgettable dinosaur. Oh yeah, but as for paint, it has like this reddish color and this green color and like a tan color for the mouth. And on the inside it has pink for the tongue and the throat and stuff like that. Alright, let's measure this guy out. So at the pose I currently have him standing in, he is just shy of 5 inches tall, and he is about 8 inches long. So should you get this guy? Yeah, sure, if you want. Yeah, because, you know, if you need, like, a Velociraptor-sized carnivore in your collection, definitely get this guy. And he is, like, a 7.5. So, pretty decent. Alright, so that is all the dinosaurs, except this generic dinosaur, but yeah, I don't review generic dinosaurs on this channel, because you deserve only the best, and that is Mattel. So, this has been Buck Reviews. Thank you, and good night.